Breakdown.
I run shit here. You just live here.
Really, nigga?
Okay.
DJ, what about that man, that peso show that prison sent to him? That podcast?
Yeah, Adigan, whatever his name is. Yeah.
Yes,
I know.
that man.
Let me see.
So I was just tagged in a video
Let me see
of
it.
a Christian black man talking about how to deal with black women.
Hey, mama.
This will not be easy to hear.
Earlier to someone else, but I do want to stress this. There's nothing you can do outside of the black women we have right now that will make any significant change in our society. Once we see the root of evil, which is the black woman, we have to cut her out. You can't chastise her. You can't punish her.
Really, nigga?
You can't discuss anything with her because she's made it blatantly clear that she does not care about you or your well-being or what's best for you. She does not care about the rightness or the wrongness of anything. She just wants to win.
Really, nigga?
She just wants what she wants. If the system isn't going to change, and it's not, if the female isn't going to change, and she's not, who needs to change? Us, we do. We've tried everything. The only thing we haven't tried is violence. And we know that will actually succeed. Historically speaking, it's always been the case. When you read the Bible, what does it tell you to do? That's how you rid the world of evil. That's how you control a population to the point where much of the evil within that population won't be passed down to the next generation.
40%. I need you to go look at the statistics.
Hello, chat. Torch, are you frozen? We all the way live. We all the way live. What's up, y'all? Happy Friday. Oh, Torch, he navigating through the bullshit. What's up, Mark? Mark Belvin in the house. The Detractor in the house. That's a hell of a name, yo. The Detractor. Who else we got? We got RV in the house. Let me see who else we got. Latasha Lovejoy in the house. How you been, sis? K Brown. What's up, K Brown?
All right. This is DJ Torch on the 1 and 2.
And get on them 1, 2s, and the 3s and the 4s, man.
All right. As you saw, I'm going to replay this one more time, and I want you to listen to this man one more time. Here we go.
Of a Christian black man talking about how to deal with black women. This will not be easy to hear.
Earlier to someone else, but I do want to stress this. There's nothing you can do outside of the black women we have right now that will make any significant change in our society. Once we see the root of evil, which is the black woman, we have to cut her out. You can't chastise her. You can't punish her.
Really, nigga?
You can't discuss anything with her because she's made it blatantly clear that she does not care about you or your well-being or what's best for you. She does not care about the rightness or the wrongness of anything. She just wants to win.
Really, nigga?
She just wants what she wants. If the system isn't going to change, and it's not, if the female isn't going to change, and she's not, who needs to change? Us, we do. We've tried everything. The only thing we haven't tried is violence. And we know that will actually succeed. Historically speaking, it's always been the case. When you read the Bible, what does it tell you to do? That's how
y'all listening?
You rid the world of evil. That's how you control a population to the point where much of the evil within that population won't be passed down to the next generation.
40%. I need you to go look at the statistics.
So basically, it's like this. How many of the black men that are in that house had smoke for that dude? And how many have in the room and out there in TV land had smoke for Cynthia G? So you have no problem with some dude talking about deleting, black women. Not a problem at all, right? But you have a problem with Cynthia G. Isn't that kind of weird? Don't you kind of feel ashamed? I feel ashamed. I feel ashamed that man is related to us, don't you? At least by skin color, right? Oh, you don't? How about this? How about this hero right here? I got another hero for you right here. This is one for this is a hero you all love. Chantelle Simone. Let's do what she's got to say.
Women are just so privileged with a lot of things. We don't realize simple concept. Like, for example, when a man is telling us to chill.
You're in a halfway house?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you do?
Long story short, it involved a lot of guns, a lot of attempted murders.
That is a form of protection.
This man approached me and was asking for my phone number and, calling me all these names.
A Nashville woman says she was terrified when a man started destroying her car after she turned down his advances.
When a man say, hey, don't wear that, don't go there, don't engage in certain conversation or certain, friend group, don't go on these girls trip.
Look at her. She lost her eye because she turned down the black man. So when you see the Kings attacking black women, hurting black women, doing the most egregious things.
I'm a killer.
Can you just walk away, please?
A few moments later.
Oh my God. Go. What the?
It's not him trying to control you per se, or him being insecure.
You see how stupid she sounds now? You see how stupid she sounds? You see, Chantelle forgot to answer the basic question. Who's the protection from? If she knew that, she would sit down. She would sit down, wouldn't she?
What they say, black women are masculine, right?
Yeah, see, the key is this. Who is the protection from? It's not from black women. Black women don't shoot up the streets. Black women don't bite out some woman's eye because they were turned down.
That within itself is a form of protection. That's him trying to protect you.
What?
Gunshots strike the windows.
But a lot of us only see protection as violence. We only see protection in the aftermath.
Right. Who's causing the violence? who is causing the aftermath? See, Chantelle, what you don't understand is that there's more of a likely situation of a Black man putting a woman in danger than taking her out of danger. And more than likely, it's the woman who speaks of logistics, such as, honey, that's not a good idea, cool down. I have seen over my lifetime so many times where Black women were trying to stop, or actually did stop, Black men from causing crimes or causing issues or getting into altercations that would become extremely detrimental. So basically, you're asking women to run and behind a man that is causing the problem.
Something do happen, then he's supposed to come in and save us.
What? No, more than likely, he is not going to come in and save. We don't do that. Our culture doesn't do that. Other cultures do, like this one. What? That guy tried to rob that woman, and this guy went as far as messing up his car to save the woman and apprehend the dude. And he went after him hard too. What are we offering? Non-protection. And don't make me bring up, something else. Maybe I should bring it up. Let me see if I can go there briefly for a second. No, I'm going to wait on that because we've done protection already. Okay. I want to go into some situations where we have zombies that used to be men. Let me repeat that. Zombies that used to be men being zombies. You're going to be surprised at the list I have here. There are some pretty cool and famous zombies that you guys think are cool and famous. Here we go.
Chris Brown is one of the most controversial artists of the past decade, and he still is because he keeps giving us reasons to hate him. So here are 5 reasons why everyone hates Chris Brown. First is when he beat Rihanna the night before the Grammys in 2009, leaving her bloody, bruised, and swollen. She got out of the car they were in and yelled, "Help, he's going to kill me." Chris got 5 years of probation and charged with felony assault. Second is his violence towards women in general. He was arrested in 2016 for threatening to kill a woman who was in his house with a gun. He threatened to kill his ex, Karrueche Tran, so she got a restraining order. And actually, here's a list of every time he showed violence towards women.
Well, restraining orders will always tell the truth. They always do. Restraining orders are inconvenient to get. They take a long time. You got to see the judge. So when people get a restraining order against somebody, some serious ish happened. Some serious ish really did go down.
Don't forget, Torch, they got to be served.
Yeah, and they got to be served too. That's a lot of work, and it's money. So never doubt a person. Never doubt a person. How should I put this? Never talk down a restraining order. Let's put it that way. In very few situations was it a light situation, because a restraining order is received and sent because somebody feels in danger.
They have to prove it too.
Yeah, and somebody is being attacked by a zombie. That's a zombie attack. What is a zombie? A zombie is it's like a bandit on steroids. They were a human being at one time in their life, maybe, but in the present time, they have no empathy. They have no kindness. They have no control over their basic bodily functions with the exception of consumption. They want to consume you. They see you as nothing more than something to consume. And look at this. I can't name too many people, too many men in any other culture, okay, that I can't name too many other cultures, I should say, that accept men like this all the time. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we have like the Weinstein brothers, which I'll get to. They did some raw stuff. But as far as in our community, I think we got everybody beat.
Yeah, but you know, there are countries that are fully misogynistic, right?
Oh, yeah.
Third is his violence towards everyone, like when he fought Frank Ocean for a parking spot in 2013, or his infamous bar fight with Drake, or the time he got arrested in Washington, D.C. for assault, or arrested in Tampa for assault. 4 is that he doesn't take his consequences seriously. He took forever to complete his probation and was accused of faking his community service hours, and he couldn't complete his anger management rehab because he got kicked out of the rehab for being too violent. Before I say the last one, make sure you subscribe so you finally know why all these celebrities are so hated and request who you want to see next. 5th, what he's dealing with now, his SA allegations. He was accused of R-word in Paris just a few years ago, and then again last year, and is in a $20 million lawsuit for it.
Why didn't Chris...
Wow, at Hit Dogs Hollering. Wow, anyway.
Oh yeah, I seen the dude. Do the dog hollering though. Do it. Do it.
I mean, I forgot. That's funny. Out of the blue, you know. Anyway, let's see what else is, you know. Basically, it's like this. Here's the first zombie right here. Well, actually, not the first anymore. This is the second zombie because one showed up. But anyway, what is it about the Black community that still accepts this man? He is still popular. He is still seen positively. You know, he is still seen positively in the community.
That's Black culture, Coach.
I mean, he has damaged so many lives. Quite honestly, let me make it clear, there are a lot of Caucasian men and men of other colors that are in prison for 20 years for what he's done. We shouldn't see that as a floss. So let me go on to the next one. Now, this is more recent. This is more recent. First of all, let me show you what the handiwork of CB.
Brown end up in prison for assaulting Rihanna. Chris Brown almost killed Rihanna. And you'll never believe the story. Back when they were dating, Rihanna was assaulted by Chris Brown during an argument that began when she read text messages from another woman on Brown's phone. The fight started in a Lamborghini they drove in together on the way to perform at the Grammy Awards in LA. Chris Brown was so upset that Rihanna accused him of cheating, he tried to force her out of the Lamborghini. He hit her head against the passenger window, punched her in the eye, and drove away while steering with one hand and continuing to punch her with the other. If this isn't insane enough, when Rihanna's mouth started bleeding, she spit blood onto Chris Brown's face. But you won't believe what Chris said to her next. Chris got so upset she split blood on him, he told her, "Now I'm really going to kill you." Brown was charged with felony assault, but never went to prison because he accepted a plea deal of community labor, 5 years probation, and domestic violence counseling. Do you think Chris Brown should have gone to prison for what he did?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, very much so. Very much so. I mean,
he would have been all right. Ain't he like a street blood or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, basically, yeah.
He would have been all right.
I mean, look, and the beat don't stop. Guess who else we got up here? We ain't even started yet. In the House, Perfect Nails, Mark Bavin, Cyber Dreams on stage, Tevin, the lifestyle guy, Millie Pop's in the house. Miss RV, the producer of Sunday's show, is in the house. Her Square's here. Letitia Lovejoy is here. Femi from the chat's here. All right. And Creative Solutions is here.
Oh, don't forget
And
Mark
K
Belvin.
Brown. And K Brown.
Don't forget Mark Belvin.
Oh, yeah, I got him. I thought I got him before. Okay. We got him. We got you now, Mark. We got you now. All right. The beat just keeps going. I got another super popular guy that does. I mean, he's competing. He's competing with Chris Brown. Believe it or not. Here we go.
So R&B sensation Trey Songz is in the news again for his misconduct towards a woman. This time around, according to TMZ, he actually got into a physical altercation with a female worker at a bowling alley in NYC. Now, according to the reports, it did not state why this incident happened, but it stated that the woman was taken to a hospital, and according to actual police reports, there were minor injuries. Now, some people find it hard to believe these constant allegations against Trey Songz because he is so fine. They are blinded by that, but that's actually the thing about it. It's easier to do the things he do towards women because he's so fine, and it makes it all that much easier to lure in these women. But the fact that he's been consistently accused of this, and there's police reports, there's witnesses, all of the above to support those statements.
Two women who allege Trey Songz sexually assaulted them now suing the singer. The 8 News Now investigators first reporting about a Las Vegas-based lawsuit last week. Now there's yet another one, this in California. Vanessa Murphy with another exclusive report.
He just won't stop. I mean, it sounds like we're talking about Chris Brown, but no. This is another one.
Did you see Keke Palmer's interview when she said that she had to lock herself in the restroom because of him?
Yeah. And we're just supporting them. We're just giving them money left and right.
Trey Songz faces a list of allegations and lawsuits. The latest from 2 women who say they believe he drugged them. They claim they woke up to him sexually assaulting them.
They'll get justice, and the other survivors will get justice, no matter how long it takes. They will get justice.
Attorney George Vrabeck represents Jane Doe A and Jane Doe B in this lawsuit he says he filed against Tremaine Neverson, known as singer Trey Songz, in California. The lawsuit alleges in 2015, the singer invited them to his Bell Canyon home after noticing one of their posts on Snapchat. They were met with stringent security where they had to give a password and were ordered to turn in their cell phones. They claim Trey Songz' demeanor shifted at times to anger and violence. They described female guests as pressured to drink from unsealed but full liquor bottles. And eventually they say they felt they were drugged. They claim the singer led them to an upstairs room where they woke up naked the next morning as he sexually assaulted them.
Did either of
Holy moly.
Sound like some Bill Cosby.
Jeez. I mean, is this some zombie-ish or is this some zombie-ish right here? I mean, man. I mean, what more is there to say? I have a few more clips of him, but I think we've heard enough.
So we're in The Walking Dead then, huh, Troy?
Yeah, we got these zombies walking around all and these fools online have nerve to say anything. See, this is what I want to see. All those people who complained about Cynthia G, I want to see your smoke for these monsters right here. I want to see your smoke. Point me to your smoke towards these monsters right here, because it sounds a whole lot like these are the people that Cynthia G was talking about. That you people defend and follow. You follow these zombies. Cynthia G just tells you about the zombies and you get mad at her. You see what's going on?
Is this recent or this year? 2023?
It's fairly recent. I think this is pretty new. I mean, he's I don't have the dates on these, but I know there was one like a month old.
Yeah, we have to follow this case. See what happens.
Yeah, and here's another zombie. We got so many zombies, so many zombies. Here's another one. Guess.
My mind's telling me no. Okay.
This is Dave Chappelle. This is Dave Chappelle. He's not a zombie, but he's talking about a zombie. Here we go.
This is different. I mean, you know, if I'm a betting man, I'm gonna put my money on he probably did that shit. I'm pretty sure he did that shit. You know, it was bad. Okay, so a couple years ago, I was doing a show in Detroit, and I'm sitting backstage in my dressing room. A friend of mine comes by, this chick, Dream Hampton. Dream tells me right before I'm going on stage, she goes, Dave, I'm working on a documentary about RKelly. Would you like to be in it? And I was like, nah, bitch, I'm cool. I went on stage, I just forgot about the shit. And then 2 years later, the documentary comes out, Surviving RKelly. And when it comes out, Dream's promoting the shit, and she keeps bringing me up. She said, I asked Dave Chappelle to be in my documentary, and he said it was too hot for TV. Bitch, I did not say that. It does not even sound like how I talk. Oh, that's too hot for TV? I would never say that shit.
I didn't do this stuff.
Okay, let me pause it right there. We're going to break down another zombie straight up front of you. You know what's funny is, remember now, Chris Brown has been a zombie for literally 20 years and has been left out to damage people. You saw how long it took for them to get to RKelly, and he started with Aaliyah. How far back was that? Now we got Trey Songz, the zombie, and all these guys, right, are technically role models. There are more men that are willing to follow these zombies than to follow just a regular guy.
Tosh, you think it's because they assaulted black women that they had a long reign?
Yes. It's got to be that, because every time, look at Tiger Woods. He got assaulted and was put in jail by a somebody who was not black. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, let me keep this going. Here we go. I want to show you temperament right here. Here we go.
This stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career.
And y'all defended him, and y'all saw him as a leader, and y'all were supporting him. Y'all were giving him a pass. You know.
Y'all trying to kill me. You killing me, man. This is not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it.
No, we don't want you having a relationship with your kids.
That's a great performance. That's wonderful. Oxford.
Yeah, I wonder if the TV station gave him an award for this.
You don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
At this point, we briefly pause the interview to give Kelly a moment. His publicist helped calm him down.
I hope this camera keep going.
No, we're gonna.
This is not true. This is not. Doesn't even make sense. Why would I hold all these women? Their mothers and fathers told me, we're going to destroy your career.
But Kelly's emotions remained raw.
It's real girls out there missing.
Wow.
Y'all killing me. Y'all killing me.
King Lucifer sounds like he's singing. Yeah, it does.
Oh,
it does.
Killing me.
Let me keep it going. Here we go.
Robert, you make the payment? Did you make payment, sir?
I started this journey 30 years ago. I was 14 years old when I encountered Robert Sylvester Kelly. There wasn't a day in my life up until this moment that I actually believed that the judicial system would come through for Black and brown girls. I stand here very proud of my judicial system, very proud of my fellow survivors, and very pleased with the outcome. 30 years did he do this, and 30 years is what he got.
Oh,
What year he be out of jail?
and 30. If he got 30 years, all I know is he's not probably going to be around unless he eats extremely healthy.
You know, they got the 80%, and then you do 85%.
Yeah.
And the rest is like what?
They got all
Parole.
kinds. They got all kinds of games, you know. So hey, let me go on. Okay, so here we go. We got more for you. JD in the house. JD is in the house. Here we go.
What's popping, y'all? It's Miss G back with another Miss G Investigates. Now, I know this story is going around, but I'm going to be real. The reason why I'm reporting on this one is because I see what people are saying, and it's only certain blogs that are giving out details. I notice I'm not going to call out names, but I'm just going to say certain blogs that represent certain people of different backgrounds that look like me. They don't give out the details, you know. So
this is Deep Fried Convo, by the way. Deep Fried Convo.
I'm here to fill in the blanks and give out the gaps, because I'm not gonna lie, I see some stories on some blogs and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'll go to a different blog where they break down a story like the one with Soulja Boy, and I'm like, what? This is what happened? So I'm here to fill in the blanks, you guys. Anyway, this is about Jaxn Derulo. As you see, I call it the Hollywood hustle. In corporate America, it's called quid pro quo. But we're going to get into it, and we're going to get into details. And you know me, just so we can get a clear understanding, we're going to get into who Jaxn Derulo is, excuse me. And for those of y'all who isn't really familiar with him. So let's get into it. So Jaxn Derulo got his first bag with his hit song, What You Say. This song came out in 2009. I'm not going to lie. I was a huge fan of the song. I love the song. I used to play it all the time. Right. It reached number 1 on the Billboard.
Right there and fast forward. If you want to see the whole video, go to Deep Fried Convo. That's Konvo. So I'm going to fast forward it because I want to get to the meat. Let's listen to this part.
/ ex-girlfriend, Gina. They started dating back in 2020. And I know you're thinking, well, why are we talking about her? But trust me, it's all going to connect. He started dating her back in 2020. Gina's a social media personality, Instagram model, fashion, all that good stuff. And she was a wildin' out girl. So I don't know if you guys remember when came around, we was all on lockdown. During 2020, Jaxn Derulo got busy up in that house, baby. He got up on TikTok, and his popularity skyrocketed. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I forgot about the nigga, to be real. And then he started just popping up all over the place with his TikToks and his videos, and he was really going viral. Like, he was getting a lot. But I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. For what TikTok is today. That's his words. In 2021, him and Gina announced the arrival of their son. So yeah, they had.
Oh, look, and they're not married. I wonder who had control of that relationship. Yeah, you got it.
Little baby. Plot twist. In September 2021, just after 5 months after their son was born, the two announced that they were going their separate ways.
Oh, wow. You know, women, they the ones that always be, getting a divorce or going, breaking up a family, per Kevinsamuels. Let's see why. What they're going
to say is women can't keep men.
Yeah.
You say. In July 2022, baby Gina spilled the tea. She clapped back over a comment where someone stated, and I got all of this off of People magazine. Someone made a comment to her on Instagram saying, "You're not married, which means your child is I really don't want to say this. It was, but the person called the baby a bastard. I don't agree with that kind of stuff, you guys. That's not cool." And they said basically the person called her a whore, and she got morals mixed up, all because this woman posted a picture of her in a bikini. Go figure. But baby Gina clapped back. She said she will not call herself a whore, and it's an unfortunate situation that it didn't work out because they did aspire to be married. But maybe it's best to be single, to be in a relationship, than to be in a relationship where she's being disrespected. Sorry, y'all, cheated on and lied to. Or is it better for her to stay quiet and like she approves?
Right. Kevinsamuels' theory is she's supposed to deal with that.
You can see high value.
So I call it so-called high value because I don't see much value in somebody who's a demon. You know what I mean?
Because he has money.
Yeah. If you want, I mean, if you want to ruin your life for money, that go for it. I guess many people have, right?
And that was her response. And so I guess baby, that comment got her worked up because she went on to say, if a man wants a different girl every week over his family, I'll never accept that. We will never be able to make it work happily. And I was straight up told that she should turn the other cheek. And she said she'll never be okay with that. And she should not. Baby, I wish more women would feel that way instead of living a lie. So I'm not mad at you for doing what's best for you and your son and your sexual health and your mental health. Kudos. Now, here we gonna fast forward. And I know you're thinking like, so wait, how we jumped all of that? We're gonna get to that. Just hold on, just ride with me. So according to The Sun, Esma Gibson, or better known as Imana Dillon, she had made a name for herself with her sister group. I don't know if I'm saying this right. It's Sorority. So it was her and two other sisters of her who had a group. Iman's is a content creator. She has a nice size YouTube following, and she has 1.2 million followers on TikTok. The sisters caught the eye of Rock Nation back in 2018. So, they have some talent. In 2022, Amanda went solo and signed with Warner Music Group. She released the album called The Great Reset, which was released on May 23rd, 2023, which was this year. So, baby Maza get up in Hollywood. She says she met Jaxn in 2021. Maza claims Jaxn asked her for her to make a mixtape in 4 months, and in 6 months make an album. She was like, yes, I'm with it. This of course this makes sense. Let's do it. The singer alleges that Jaxn would often invite her out to drink, and she stated she would decline because she wanted to keep things
drinking again.
It's professional. Then she went on to allege that the singer then started bringing the alcohol to the studio. So since you don't want to come where the drinks at, we're gonna bring the drinks to you. The singer then continues to allege that she felt under pressure to drink, and he gave her copious amounts of alcohol, you guys.
Wow. Okay. This sounds like Pudding Pops #3. Remember that commercial? Well, maybe you don't.
I mean, Fresh and Fit got the women drunk before they started questioning them. So that's a tactic.
Yeah.
Inebriate the woman so her guards are down.
Get what they want. Yeah. Exactly. Perfect nails. Creep. And he's still out there. Look at all these zombies. Doggone. I mean, and the thing is, we haven't got to the regular guy zombies. We haven't even gotten to the regular zombies that are out there. These are like the king zombies.
So his status, his money, his fair looks couldn't get him this woman. He had to get her drunk.
Yep. She was all about her business. That's the funny thing. See, dudes want to call women 304s, but when a woman is all about her business, then they want to assault them. You see what I'm saying? She turned them down, right?
Mm-hmm.
To me, I believe if somebody turns you down and you're forcing them to drink, that's assault to me. I'm sorry. I know it can be ticky tack, But that's where things are going to have to go soon. If these zombies want to continue to be zombies like this.
And she said she just felt pressure. She also stated in her claims that cocaine was present as well.
Oh my God. Leaders, right? These are kangs, right? They're supposed to be leading women and showing them the right way to live, right? How's that working? Yeah, I mean, you fellas love you some Jaxn Derulo too. It's not just a whole bunch of women following him. You guys gave him a pass, right?
Same thing Polite did with that young girl.
Yeah.
Got her drunk.
And I guarantee you not everybody that complained about Cynthia G and the Queen Maker have no smoke for these dudes. That in itself tells you your character. That right there. You're worried about the way that two women are talking, but these guys are wreaking zombie havoc on the community. They're damaging people. But you have no problem with that. But you do have a problem with the woman who says they're zombies. That's the funny part. It's not funny, really. It's sad, but you get my point. It's funny, strange.
Said that Jaxn asked her to partake in goat skin and fish scales, which is a sex ritual. Now, I'm gonna be real. I'm a huge conspiracy theorist, even though some of these theories tend to be true. But for someone to come out and make those types of claims and say, I don't even know what goat skin and fish scales is. So if y'all know what that is, comment. Let me know. I've never heard of that. I don't know what that is. But she says it's a sex ritual, and I'm gonna be real. I've had my own experiences with celebrities, Hollywood lifestyle, all that stuff, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. It's a whole lot that goes down. I'm gonna just say that it's a whole lot that goes down. And to make it easier, sometimes I just tell people sometimes the truth is a lot stranger than fiction. That's what I say. The singer also stated that Jaxn would make demands for sex in exchange for success. No,
that's terrible.
So he's Weinstein. He's the Black Weinstein now.
You know, there's a sexual harassment legislation that was out. I think it came out in the early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is considered the workplace, she has a huge lawsuit.
Yeah.
And if she don't take this fool to the bank, I don't know what to tell her.
Yeah, basically.
November 2021, the singer stated that she met a lady named Rosa. She stated that Rosa was an example of how successful she could be if she slept with Jaxn. Well, she said that's what she felt that encounter was about. When Amaza told,
if you think what Jaxn did was creepy, hit 1 in the chat. 2 if you do not. 1 if you believe that Jaxn is a creep. 2 if you believe that he is not. I'll wait.
Some will say he is an opportunist.
Probably that too. Yep. Yep.
Using his status to get opportunity for sex.
And then in general, what happens is that then we as Black men, why are we not respected? Why don't Black women respect us? You know, when news like this travels around, one man, I won't say one man ruins it for everybody, but one man it's like chipping away at whatever respectable value we have, which isn't very much. So this is rough. These are the hottest guys. These are some of the hottest R&B guys out there right now. You know,
are they facing consequences? Like, for
not
real?
really. I mean, not real. No, they're not really. They're being accused. This is kind of like the accuser. You know how the RKelly thing took like 10 years to happen? No, 20 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where these guys are at. I mean, we shouldn't buy one more. We shouldn't listen to one more stream or buy one more record from these dudes.
Told Jaxn's manager about the encounter with Rosa. She said Jaxn became very aggressive and started hitting his armrest. June 2022, Amanda stated that Jaxn became aggressive again when she showed up late to his home recording studio session, and she said she had to clutch her pearls, clutch her chest, because she had never seen nothing like that. She said next thing you know, her record deal was terminated after that incident. She got nothing.
See, that's really, quite honestly, that's the music business right there.
For women.
I mean, exactly. I mean, think of all those artists in the past, from Faith to Lil Kim, all of them. This is what they went through. This is what they went through.
She says she's having to start from the bottom. She has no music. She has nothing. She's literally starting from scratch after this situation. These are her claims. These are not mine. I'm just telling y'all the story.
No, I don't see why not to believe her. If he terminated her account, then yeah, she's starting from the beginning. In the house, Benji.
So, you know, I'm just sitting here just blown away. That's all I can say. I'm blown away by it because, well, let me not say I'm blown away.
I'm gonna drop the link. Here we go.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not blown away because of the things I've seen in the industry, but I'm blown away in a good way that women are actually starting to speak out. Now, I don't know if these claims are true. If they're not true, then, you know, she should be dealt with accordingly. If these are true, he needs to be dealt with accordingly, because people should not feel like they have.
No, this is too detailed and too specific to be not true. You don't, the sex ritual thing, that's hard to make up. And who would want to make it up? Because it doesn't sound real. No, this is true.
Have to give up what they believe in to be successful. If she makes a hit song, y'all are gonna get paid no matter what. Sex ain't got nothing to do with that.
But see, that's the history. That's what makes these dudes zombies. They could be more successful if they were more professional, right? But no, this dude wants to bring, you know, that Coca-Cola to the studio, wants to try to make his work drunk, his employees drunk. Okay, then wants to sideways grape them.
She needs a good lawyer.
And the sad thing is that he's one of many. He's one of many. RKelly did it, and others. Some women reported it, some didn't. It doesn't, just because somebody doesn't report something doesn't make it not true. Oh man. Okay. Guess what? I got another zombie for you. Now remember, I'm just right here. Let me stop it right here. I'm just laying the groundwork. We ain't even got to the real meat yet. You're gonna see the meat here in a minute. This is just the groundwork. This is just showing you what these are all high value men. This guy right here, you on the screen right here, Kevinsamuels called him a high value man. These are all high value men. doing all this kind of stuff defined by the red pill. But they're zombies. You don't know what that was. That was Future assaulting a man because they got in an accident. He should be in prison right now. Somebody accidentally hitting you does not allow you to assault them.
He wasn't
This
hitting
was
too hard.
reported 4 years ago. He should be finishing up his sentence right now.
That guy didn't even move or budge.
No.
His punches
No.
don't mean anything.
No, I wonder if he even sued him. But let's see what's going to go on here.
It's an evil world we live in.
Yeah, it sure is, dude. It sure is. And guess who's doing all? And that's the one thing I forgot to tell you. Zombies don't like to admit they're zombies.
They gotta keep it with their image, Torch.
Moments. When Future began building a buzz for himself in the early 2010s, he built.
Let me pause this right here. What are you saying?
They gotta keep it with their image, that thuggerism.
Yeah, they sure do.
Thuggerism.
And unfortunately, the black community is eating it up.
His entire image around images of ultra decadence, constant drug use, and apathy towards women. Naturally, you might expect someone who has built their career around these themes to occasionally end up in some sticky situations. And Future has. Whether it was his treatment of women, his highly publicized custody battle with former partner Sierra, or even his spending, Future has received some fair share of scrutiny from the public eye. Despite this, Future has been able to avoid any significant fallout from his escapades, continuing to maintain a massively successful career. To date, Future has secured multiple platinum records, countless nominations, and even a Grammy. In a way, Future positions himself as a villain in the rap game. A persona who is wrapped up so much in his own path that he pays little attention to the destruction that he leaves in his wake. But how
that's not only him, it's all zombies.
much of this is rap theatrics and how much of this is real life? In this video, we'll take a look at some of Future's more controversial moments and let you decide for yourself. Before we begin, make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel. Now, here are 8 times Future might have gone too far. Number 8, gifted his son a Rolex. The first entry on our list is admittedly much less serious than the rest of the list, but it's still a perfect example of the ultra-decadent life that Future loves so much. Any fan of the artist knows that he has fathered a huge...
The ultra-decadent life that when he has to go pay child support, he complains about being broke.
Amount of children. His 8th baby mama was just confirmed earlier this year. And while people might criticize Future for his seemingly endless number of children, it seems that Future likes to make sure that his children are well taken care of. In May of 2019, it was revealed that Future had gifted his son a brand new Rolex. While this doesn't sound too crazy at first, it becomes a little stranger when you realize the Rolex was gifted for his son's 5th birthday. In a video posted by Future himself, his son, affectionately referred to as Baby Future, unboxes a brand new gold Rolex and responds with a simple, unenthused thanks. While there's nothing...
Yeah, where's Uncle Russell? I don't want this. He knows me. So basically, bottom line is this is Russell Wilson knows Future's son better than Future knows his son.
Kids don't want watches. Like, come on.
No.
That was a flex.
Yeah, it was. No kid wants a Rolex. None.
Look what I did. Look what I did. I brought my son a Rolex. But I,
right.
But I ain't seen my son in 8 months.
Right. Exactly.
Nothing wrong with giving your children expensive gifts. It might be going a bit far to give a child a watch worth thousands of dollars. As one Twitter user observed,
yeah, he doesn't even want. That's the key.
Quote, that kid doesn't want a Rolex. Get him some Hot Wheels. Number 7, snubbing his baby mamas. While we're talking about Future's plethora of children, it would be remiss to not discuss his relationship with the various women who have fathered his children. The very same month that Future gifted his son a Rolex, he also sent out a bevy of tweets wishing a happy Mother's Day to the 6 mothers of his children. An additional 2 women would be confirmed as the mothers to his children a year later.
Look at this. Look at this role model here. This role model. I'm going to fast forward because I want to go to the next one. Here we go.
A rising Instagram model named Shamartress Wince. Legitimate reason to be angry? Or was the Twitter sphere too sensitive that day? Number 6, stranding a model in LA. Perhaps one of Future's most infamous.
Told her he was going to fly her out. He wanted sex. She had to pay to get there, and he was supposed to reimburse her. He did nothing. Instead, he left her out there to rot. That's low class. That's far from high value. That's garbage right there. That's zombie shit right there.
Infamous scandals occurred in 2018 when he met up with a rising Instagram model named Shamartress Winsett. According to the model, the two had been talking on and off since March of that year. And Future went as far as bringing her to the studio on several occasions. In May, Future asked the model to fly out to LA to see him and asked her to pay for the price of her own tickets, promising that he would compensate for her flight when they finally met up. And when she arrived in LA, she found out that Future had invited her with the hope of a more intimate encounter. When Winsett refused because she felt she had not gotten to know the rapper well enough.
So first they call women 304s, and then when a woman doesn't give it up, they literally leave them in the middle of town. That's pretty amazing.
He essentially ghosted her. Winsett found out her hotel room had been booked for only one night, and Future refused to compensate for the cost of her flight. When the model confronted Future about the issue, he responded with a simple,
"In my opinion, that's very predatory.
I'm good, love." The response became the center of many memes, and was even playfully referenced by Drake on the track Money in the Grave. While his fans would say a moment like this,
since Drake is classless as well, I forgot to put him on the list.
Immense Future as a legend, others completely denounce his actions here. Number 5, his lyrics on Sorry. Future is not new to saying some pretty controversial things on his songs. But when he was prepping for the release of his 2017 album, Hendrix, even Future felt it was necessary to warn his audience.
The idea, he's basically trash. You guys can try to respect him all you want. And all of these guys are in my opinion, the epitome of the Black community right now. And is the Black male community, I should say. And they make a perfect example of why we have a lot of work to do, and somebody needs to start doing it. So what I'm going to do though is fast forward.
What would be your first steps to doing that? If you had all of the resources and you had backing, what would be your first steps?
First thing is to get the Black women out of Blackistan.
Mm-hmm.
You got safety first, right?
Right.
And Black men have vowed not to protect Black women, right? So first thing is to get Black women out of Blackistan. And then after that, I guess you have to send in the troops to get the most toxic ones out. And then after that, an army of therapists.
It's funny because if women just, this is a well-known dirtbag, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do women still put themselves in these positions with this man? He should be pretty much an incel. He should be,
Right. After baby number 5, they should have got everybody should have had the hint. Really 3, but I'm going to be loose and say 5.
Like he's like the plague.
Straight up.
But women are women. Some women are women, but
yeah. Here we go. This is a piece of de resistance. Here we go. This is T-Salt, by the way. T-Salt.
Black men have no interest in improving the Black community.
and they give excuse after excuse as to why it is not their responsibility. Black women must always remember that the main goal of black men is to get to the white community. And that is why most black men will say that there is no black community. Because if there's no black community, then there's nothing for them to do. That's why as soon as they can afford it, they move to the white community and never look back. And I know that we all want to live in safe communities, and that includes black women. However, the difference between what black women want in the black community and what black men want is that black women want the black community to thrive and to be safe, and for black people not to have to live in white communities and not to be dependent on white men for our needs. Black men, on the other hand, go out of their way to live among white people and are comfortable in acceptance of their subjugation and oppressed position. This is a panel of 8 black men and 2 white men. I don't know why the 2 white men are there, because they cannot engage in a well-meaning discussion on this subject. But the discussion among the 8 black men will help you understand why there has been no improvement in the black community since we stepped off the plantation. The discussion is about something Dr. Umar Johnson said on a recent podcast.
Pookie and Ray Ray shouldn't exist. And the only reason why Pookie and Ray Ray exist because we're not in the community making those boys the men they need to be. Do you see that? And she don't get a Pookie if you didn't allow a Pookie.
But she got an Eli. She ain't come to Eli. She went to Pookie. And that's what we're trying to say.
She wouldn't have had a Pookie if we didn't allow one.
I worked too hard in my life.
Right. She wouldn't have had a Pookie if we didn't allow one.
But Dr. Umar,
men's supposed to make the raise the boys.
Right. We as men is holding other men accountable for the same thing that you're talking about right now.
What are we doing for the young brothers in the street? So
what you mean, mentoring them? Now I mean he's a great father.
Mm-hmm. I ain't talking about that's individual. That's good, but that's individualism. Yeah. What are we doing collectively as men to change the trajectory for black boys in the streets right now?
I
Nothing.
We're being
but talking shit. At the end of the day, if I'm gonna call myself a man, the ultimate responsibility for reconstruction of the black community rests with me. Yes, they have a role. Yes, they have responsibility. But as a man, as a leader, to say I can't fix this shit unless she changes, that's not the definition of a man. And I'm telling you, black men are responsible for her being masculine because we have not helped her raise them children. She got masculine because she had to become masculine in order to deal with the rape, the abuse, the domestic violence, the disappointments that men had in her life, and also raising those kids and having to take care of herself all at the same time. The black woman has been the be all in all in our community for half of a century. And now we want to turn around and say because she didn't do it perfectly enough or remain feminine enough, where she had to absorb our responsibilities plus her own, that's insensitive and disingenuous.
Oh my God.
There were 2 men on the panel who made the most.
What?
He said a lot of truth. The only thing I disagree with him saying is black women are masculine. Black women are responsible. And that's what that's what I'm gonna say.
Problematic statements. The first one was this 50-year-old plus man who you would think had a little more wisdom, and it seems that the other men look up to him. But he went on a rampage about unsubstantiated reasons why black women are the problem, and he gave reason after reason why black men can't and shouldn't help the black community. He was so focused on black women that he couldn't see the problematic statements he was making. The other problematic black man was this one. Most of the men on the panel simply repeat the same talking points as they have been for years, that the problem is black women, that she chose a Pookie to have a child with, that black women kicked them out of the house, and feminism.
Miss RV breaks it down like this. If they were invested in the community, we wouldn't have a Pookie, Ray Ray, a Henry Dinkins, Uncle John, or RKelly. By the way, Miss RV has an amazing show that's going to be on this Sunday that you have to check out.
I gotta bring my Kleenex Sunday.
Oh, it's yeah. You know how it go. You know how it go. But we got to keep it real. Melanated Vessel breaks it down like this. Not sure why they can't admit that Pookie Ray Ray archetype shouldn't be. Yeah, that's Melanated Vessel. You want to know why? Because they are, or they went through a Pookie Ray Ray phase. I'm being nice saying they went through a Pookie Ray Ray phase, but really they are Pookies and Ray Rays. That's the problem. They don't want to be. That's why they look down at men like that's why they look down at men like Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is too goody two shoes for them. They want somebody to get dirty with. And that's why they chose Kevinsamuels. I like to welcome Melanated Vessel to their house. Miss RV and your show coming up in the house. Cyber Dreams, well, thank you for coming up. I'll catch you later. Letitia Lovejoy in the house. Kelvin has come through the house. And Millie Pop is in the house. Benji Masu is in the house. Kay Brown is in the house. Tevin is in the house. Perfect Nails is in the house. And of course, King Lucifer is in that house, along with Pax, Mark Babin. Who else is up in here? If you're in the house and I missed you, make sure I put a message in the chat and I will get you. And of course, Vicey Black Tina, if I missed. Here we go. So here's the situation. My zombie theory is this. Zombies are men that only want for themselves and will destroy whatever is in their way to get what they want. They are in many ways bandits on steroids. Let's keep going.
These black men are a representation of the men who have no interest in improving the black community. And when anyone tries to inject change in the norm, black men attack. And what this panel of black men has revealed is that we're never going to see improvements in the community. We never have, and we never will if we wait on them. And the easiest thing for them to do is to remain neutralized and to blame black women.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. Fuck your kids.
I want to let that sink in, so I'm going to pause for a minute. In fact, let me let you hear what this hero has to say one more time.
We never have, and we never will if we wait on them. And the easiest thing for them to do is to remain neutralized and to blame black women.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. Fuck your kids. I'm sorry. It's not
something an ex-con would say, but I'm going to keep it going. I have no idea whether he is or not. Here we go. Hi, Aimbot in the house. Melanated Vessel in the house. Spicy Black Tina and Letitia Lovejoy.
It's my job to slide in and tell you how many boys you got. How many do they need this? No, go to their daddy. Because I love how you brought up the fact of there shouldn't be no Pookie and Ray Rays and said they shouldn't exist anyway. And who raised the Pookie and Ray Ray? Because she had to raise them by herself because she had a baby with a Pookie and Ray Ray. Well, I'm supposed to slide in?
He has a Pookie Ray Ray attitude, which is I'm down for only myself.
And fix shit? I'm supposed to try to go in your neighborhood and raise your son when I got my own kids to worry about?
That's what every other culture does. See, this is the problem. See, right now you're seeing the core issue with the black male community is this type of attitude. If you go to any other community, the neighbors watch the kids if there's a situation, neighbors watch neighbors' kids. Let's put it that way. I grew up in that environment. Neighbors watched me, not always because I was black, but because they just wanted to make sure I was okay. I remember one time I cut myself really bad. In fact, I still have the scar. Let me show you. I still have the scar from it. When I was like 8, I cut myself on a piece of glass. I was bleeding bad. Non-black people took me in, wrapped me up, called my parents, and I got to the hospital. But this is the kind of treatment from the black leaders we got now.
Pookie and Ray Ray.
This is
stop to slide in and tell you.
And the easiest thing for them to do is to remember.
Listen to this. Let me move it a little bit.
Black women.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. Fuck your kids.
I was living in a town that was literally almost all Caucasian. Not one of those Caucasian people, some of them who don't like black people, told my parents, F your kids. Not one. So here I am, the first time I hear somebody giving some of the most derogatory, disgusting crap. It's SMS Sweeney Pod on this. It's got to be a Lapeef channel because they're the only ones who talk this kind of crap. Now you see why our community is the way it is, because there's many SMS Sweeney Pods out there, and SMS Sweeney Pod will tell you that. He sounds worse than a bigot. That has no empathy. He could have played, remember now, he could have played it soft, but he kept it real, right? He said, F your kids. He could have said, well, if I can help, I might try to help out or something like that, or, something like, no, he can care less. And this is why the community is the way it is. This is why the community is the way it is. There's too many, they're going to defend all of those famous people who I show you were zombies, right? All the Chris Browns, the Jaxn Derulos. They're going to say, well, yeah, those are just now I'm showing you the average guy. See this is where I was building to all the time. Now you got the average guy. Couldn't you hear Chris Brown say the same thing? Couldn't you hear Jaxn Derulo saying the same thing? Couldn't you hear Trey Songz saying the same thing? Because they really mean it. He's keeping it real. F your kids, which means F the community, because the kids are the future of the community. SMS Sweeney Pod. You disgust me. You're disgusting to me. I'm not going to say you're a disgusting person, but in my opinion, you are. I understand the keeping it real shit, but if you have that much lack of empathy, you're part of the problem. You're part of the problem, SMS Sweeney, and your friends in this doggone chat, because there was only one guy who pushed back. Watch.
I'm sorry. It's not my job to slide in and tell you how many boys you
Remember
got.
when I made that movie, Kingdom of Cowards?
How many do they need this? No. Go to their daddy. Because I love how you brought up the fact that there shouldn't be no Pookie.
One of your cousins might have killed his daddy. That's why. That's how it works out. I guarantee you, there's some weird shit in his life. Something like that happened where somebody took away somebody else, and they might have not been related, but they might have been friends, pals, or something like that. See, we give too many passes in the black community. Instead of saying, hey, brother over there, he was the one who did that to that little girl down the street. No, oh, you snitching. Because you can't snitch on somebody who ain't doing something wrong, right? Same. That's like that. I'm not saying he went to prison, but it's prison attitude. Let's put it that way. Let me break some things more.
On Friday. Celebrate the start of the weekend with your Alexa routine. Hope you have a
Melanated Vessel says this. He's sitting up there convinced he's masculine man talking like that about children. SMH. Boom. Bars. Miss RV breaks it down like this. It's the older males and the old heads who put the first gun in the hands of Lil Pookie and Lil Ray Ray. It's where they're corrupted by women. Boom. Bars.
Ray Ray and said they shouldn't exist anyway. And who raised the Pookie and Ray Ray? Because she had to raise them by herself because she had a baby with a Pookie and Ray Ray. But I'm supposed to slide in and fix shit? I'm supposed to try to go in your neighborhood and raise your son when I got my own kids to worry about? Fuck your kids.
He sounds just like Corey Holcomb, don't he? Jazzy Reloaded said that Ish said this. The fact these bandits created the term Pookie and Ray Ray is misandry in the Manosphere. Yeah, they made up the shit. But see, they're doing this. Oh no, he Pookie and Ray. No, he big when they're Pookie and Ray Ray. They are basically Pookie and Ray Ray. What he just said automatically qualifies him to be Pookie and Ray Ray. Only Pookie and Ray Ray would think like he's thinking. Lily Lotus in the house says this. Would a woman say that to a man, F your kids? Yes, exactly. Exactly, Lily Lotus. A woman would never do that. Man, I mean, we're talking, one of the most respected panels on YouTube. Yeah, and then they say the black community matters, then say F your kids. Yeah, exactly. That is.
I'm sorry. Matter of fact, it's your job to go get his daddy and help you raise your son. But don't come back to me and tell me I got to do it through some type of charity work or some type of community program. There's plenty of them. There's my brother's keeper. There's the Big Brother program.
Notice how he's not have any part of that, but he wants to be seen. SMS Sweeney Pod wants to be seen as a respected person in the community talking like this. You can't make this shit up, people.
There's the YMCA, there's the football programs and sports, and there's coaches all over the place. And you gonna still say we ain't doing nothing?
Man, what the fuck was you just talking about? You said a whole bunch of bullshit, and you said the same thing 30 times, and it was all wrong every single time you said it. This the thing, bro. See, y'all get on these internets, bro, and y'all like to quote-unquote hold women accountable, but y'all never hold men accountable. All of the
bars
issues that go into the black community are the black man's fault. The problem is we like to outsource the responsibility. We blame politicians. We blame police. We blame the women. We blame every fucking body but ourselves. You niggas want to drop your nuts when it comes to women, but not when it comes to building a community. Not when it comes to building infrastructure. Not when it comes to helping little niggas that you niggas be scared of. If you pussy, just say that, bro.
I ain't a pussy. I got a place. They got a place for
I'm just saying, I'm talking about anybody, not just you.
We got a place for them.
You niggas always complain and use this as a political football, but you never ask what works and how you can make it work even more.
Thank you. Thank you.
Programs work. So when you outsource that responsibility, the only person that they will listen to is no longer there. They're not listening to no fucking woman.
I got a question. Who did we?
They're not listening to mom, bro. That's not mom's job. That's your job. And every time y'all make this argument about taking care of your own household, the problem is, nigga, you got to step outside. Pookie wouldn't exist if we did our job.
Yes, he will. Because there's always somebody that's going to be doing.
How does Pookie come to be? Pookie comes to be because you niggas on the internet talk about single moms, right? Y'all talk about the single mom side, but y'all don't talk about the fact that dad is not there to be the disciplinarian.
Exactly.
Install structure in the household.
Who is that dad?
How can we shit on the women? And I'm not wearing no cape for nobody. How can we shit on the moms, but not hold the dads responsible, bro? I didn't go left because my mom was there. I went left because my dad wasn't.
It has become so natural in these men's minds that it's okay for Black fathers to abandon their children, and the conversation never leads to these Black men being responsible.
Bro, okay, so what if the daddy is dead? So then what?
So we're going to talk about the daddy being dead versus, come on now, bro. Come on, man.
Do you know that's very common? Do you know that's very common, that daddy's not there anymore, one way, reason or the other? Black men, we die the soonest of any other race of men. Yeah, Oya in the house. Oya, oh, he read him the fifth. The fifth, yup. Yeah. And the funny thing is this. The smart move for Sweeney, after Sean made his very articulate reply, would be just to let it go and know that you lost that one, because you did. But no, he's still trying to defend his cowardice position.
You're talking about the extenuating circumstance where his daddy is dead. We're talking about
I'm gonna be 45 this year and I still ain't found my daddy. So what? What's the solution for me? What was the solution for me? What would have stopped me from getting shot?
What I would have said is that your mama shouldn't have made down with a man that didn't want to be there.
But he was a military nigga. He went to the military and got hooked on drugs in the military. So what are you talking about? He wasn't a piece of shit. He got to the military.
See that? And right now, this dude is somewhere on somebody's panel, SMS Sweeney, giving advice. You can't make this shit up. I mean, I would almost respected him if he said, you know, I understand there's a lot of things we can do. I'm just too lazy to do it, and I don't care. I just care about myself. If he was, that's keeping it real, if he said that. But he didn't say that. He did not say that at all.
Okay, so she made a baby with him before. So what? She made a baby with him out of wedlock. Then he went off to the military, and then got
okay. So you talking pie in the sky, and you.
I'm asking. That's a question.
Once again, that's why there are people who fix shit and people who sit on the sideline and criticize shit.
This particular Black man, and many like him, dislike Black women. So no matter the situation, he will blame the Black woman for it. And because they don't like Black women, they don't like her children. And you can clearly hear the disdain in his voice.
You was sideline, nigga. You were talking about fixing.
I asked you a question. I said, so your mama went and made a baby with a dude that she was not married to, and he ran off to the military.
Why ain't you talking about the man who went and made a baby and then he went to the military and left and never came back?
Your mama made a baby with a Pookie and Ray Ray.
Notice how he is trying his hardest. This is one hardcore zombie right here. I mean, man, Millie Pop breaks it down like this. Welcome, Millie Pop. And they wonder why Black women are divesting. Bars. I can't argue that. I'm a Black man, and I can't. If this is a representation of Black men in the community that you see on the screen right here, right? If that's representation, I can't blame women for. I can't. But not only can I not blame you, but I endorse it because there just isn't enough good Black men around, because these are not good Black men. And if this is a representation of the Black men that our community has to offer, Run for your lives. Run for your lives. Run for your lives.
He was not a bookie.
They try to separate themselves from each other so that the ones who believe that they're better can look down on those who they label Pookie or Ray Ray, when in reality,
In the house. Oya, Terminador, Negro, Jazzy Reloaded said that is Miss RV, who has a show on Sunday. Kelvin Cook is in the house. Millie Pop is in the house. The LW Academy Hub for Women is in the house. We have Lily Lotus in the house. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it going. If I missed you in the shout out, feel free to put something in the chat and I will definitely make sure I get you next time. Here we go.
they're all wallowing in the same pot of uselessness and degeneracy, and that they were part of the systematic problem. And I agree.
The point of the matter is, I'm just going to say it one more time. It is our job. Black boys will only listen to black men.
So after I built my kids up, I got them reading at a higher level than everybody in the neighborhood. I'm sorry, my kids are not going to play with your degenerate kids. I'm taking my kids out of that situation and be around other children that's at their level. I'm not going to I'm not going to sacrifice my kids so your kids could get better. I'm sorry. I'm not going to.
I guarantee you not. He's got a psychological issue. I've spoken with him briefly before. He's got some type of a disorder. I don't know what it is, but he does. I'm not trying to name call, but he gets very nervous and very upset very quickly.
I have my house.
And yes, he's making it clear to you that how selfish he is as well.
In the hood, where I'm doing my lawn, I got my sodding up to par, and yours looking raggedy, across the street looking raggedy, and then guess where they're gonna come in when they hungry? They're gonna come knocking on my door? No, that is not happening. I'm not sacrificing my kids to better the whole neighborhood.
It is. Other cultures will, though. Number one, other cultures don't think they're sacrificing their kids by helping other kids. They don't. I'm just telling you, that's a fact. I've seen it. If a kid down the street scrubs his knee, or she scrubs her knee, and and they're far from their parents' house, because a lot of times, like where I live, people ride bikes, right? If you get hurt, I guarantee you somebody's going to come help you. And these is just non-black people. But this guy right here, he's going to let you sit there and not do a dang thing for you. Welcome, Sheree Smith. She says this. That's also a part of the problem. They're all kids of the community. If they succeed, it plays out in the community, right? If he fails, it affects the community. Boom. What you're seeing are some extremely selfish gentlemen, and I'm being nice.
I'm gonna take my kids to a better neighborhood.
So this black man doesn't want his black children around the next black man's children because his black children is not good enough to be around the other black man's black children. This is white supremacist talking points at its best.
Yeah, exactly that. That's why I named the live stream what I did. You're looking at the new Triple K. Just in case that's a bad word. I got it. You're looking at the new Triple K right here in front of you. With the exception of Sean.
This shows that not only do black men hate black women, they also hate other black men.
Exactly.
And they also
Exactly. Thank you. T-Salt is throwing out bars. We don't even like each other. And if there are any Caucasian people watching, don't tell anybody else. It's embarrassing. We don't even like each other.
Judge each other by the white man's standard. That is why they developed an individualistic mindset, and they can never work together.
It ain't like we can shake somebody up and get them in line when we see their kids doing bad. Who are you talking about? Don't you can't even talk.
Loser. I would not want this guy on my team. I played sports for 30 years. I wouldn't want him anywhere near my team. This is a loser's mentality. And I've only heard him talk for 4 seconds. There's nothing more I need to hear. He's a loser.
You can't even talk to kids now. Crazy. Kids know they can call authorities and they'll lie on. It's
now he's telling on himself. Some kid probably called on him because he was probably being creepy. Welcome, Brina West. Brina West in the house. Here we go.
You forget about your neighbor trying to correct the kid because you'll see the mother. What you say to my son?
Now he's making shit up. Unless he's talking about an experience of him being creepy. It's one or the other. It's a shame.
You want me to lead you guys? There has to be followers first. It becomes
Wait a minute. You're not a leader, dude. Leaders don't talk like you do. They don't say leaders, and I know you know this. Leaders don't use the word can't. Leaders don't use the word can't. You're a follower.
Circular argument because you talk about programs, not stepfathers. I get it. But Humble Dad, you know they're not signing up. Humble Dad, the Sigma Beta Club, it's empty. The Kappa League, it's empty.
Well, whose fault is that? You have to inspire people to go where you need them to go. They're just not going to show up. Man, I hope this guy is not a teacher. I hope he doesn't have little to nothing to do. This guy right here, let me point him out. I don't want him anywhere near any kids. There's something about him that bothers me. If I'm lucky, it's just that he's just not good with kids or irritating. Let me tell you a little bit about a piece of my mind. A piece of my mind, break it down for us.
I'm replying to this because I'm really tired of y'all on that post about me regurgitating y'all's stats back to y'all because y'all clearly don't like the mirror or the focus or negative attention to be shined on y'all. So y'all making me seem like I'm just lying on y'all and I'm just bitter because I get ran through and choose all these horses. And I just went on TikTok to blast BMs because I make bad choices. So you sat here and said less than 20 of us are, but account for the majority of the kids. It's who you're picking, ma'am. Let's just see how true that is. If you pull up any Google search, it's going to tell you that half of BMs are arrested before the age of 23. USA Today is saying it. University of Albany is saying it. Bloomberg is saying nearly 50% of y'all have been arrested. So I don't know where you got only 20% of us are 50% have been arrested before the age of 23. And as far as the other stuff that y'all was complaining about, it says right here, nationwide research shows the graduation rate for is 59%, which is the lowest of any population in the country. And guess what? It says when BMs do not receive a high school diploma, they end up in jail or slow singing and flower bringing. So those are the facts. So if y'all are mad at my video, then y'all really should be more present in the home. I mean, this is hilarious. Y'all spending all this time mad at me because I know y'all stats better than y'all do. So let me. I read all of the stats, and you probably gonna sit on here and say, "Oh well, it's black women's fault that black boys ain't graduating high school because when they fathers walk out on them, they do bad things." If y'all fucking know that, then why do you keep walking out? And I don't want to hear shit about the mother pushed you away because y'all fight with me 24/7, but you can't fight for your own kids, but you can fight all day on TikTok.
Bars.
Make it make sense. Get your priorities in order, get your shit together, and stop acting like I'm making this shit up. Y'all so scared of looking at y'all own shortcomings, y'all rather take them on tour than to actually get better. Now, how about that? Boom.
What do we have here? Look like another sick,
Right
twisted
there.
Tyrone.
There's a Tyrone, a pillar of the community. We won't worry about him right now. I don't know about you, but A Piece of My Mind, and please make sure you go to her channel. She was dropping plenty of bars. Let me tell you. Let me see what else I got here. Oh, okay. We're going to change subjects real quick. Here we go.
I just uploaded something when I was out and about earlier today. And I think it's important. I've said it jokingly, but if we could give an award or some kind of conversion for how many times when I'm out talking with, and in particular, black women, how many times I talked to a black woman that is.
Okay, remember, let me reiterate. This is a guy who made less than his wife by 3 times, left her, didn't pay child support. Okay. Amongst, some controversial stuff like being a cheerleader and then kind of, the glitch and all that kind of stuff. Well, let's not worry about that, but let's worry about those basics. He has no positive experience when it comes to relationships whatsoever, to the point where he just went ahead and became a high value trick, as we went over yesterday in yesterday's video. He hired 6 women on rotation. That tells me they could only stand this man 1 day a week. But he's trying to tell black women how to act. That's amazing.
Attractive, but over 30.
No, that's not the amazing part. The amazing part is all you dudes fell for that shit. Knowing he had no credentials, unless he wanted to get a divorce. He's quick at getting a divorce. He'll show you how to do that real quick. He'll show you how to get around not paying child support. He'll hook you up. He'll hook you up on how to rough up your daughter like he did, pushing her head against the window. Andre Brown, welcome. Andre says this: y'all should have knew the first clue they are new, the new K, the triple K, when they don't want to do anything and don't mention gang violence. Exactly. Yep. Jazzy, you're correct. Kevin talked out both sides of his neck.
Unmarried, but it always comes out. But I've been engaged. And I've said this over and over again. My God, if we could actually start giving, tokens or coupons or something, like you could redeem it for something. Like it doesn't matter, ladies, how many times you say you've been engaged. So when I talk about,
remember now, this is coming from a man. I've already mentioned his failures to you. Let's keep it going.
I'm a PhD professional.
And you're not. You're not, Kevin. You're not a PhD. Rest in peace. I sincerely mean that. But if you want to be respected in your legacy, you shouldn't have been shitting on people on your way out. Nice glasses, by the way.
Handler of dog is what I should call it. Professional has dog. I think that's what it should be, because PhD has become like a catch-all phrase for basically professional
or women that are smarter than you. How about that? A catch-all phrase for women that are smarter than you. Let me keep it going.
Very respectfully disagree with the idea that high value men cheat. They don't. And you might say, look at all these athletes, look at all these celebrities, look at all these rich people cheating on their partners. They're high value. No, they're not. Just because you got a little
Eat Pray Yoga in the house. Lily Lotus in the house. Jazzy in the house. Miss RV in the house. Andre in the house. Brina in the house. Here we go.
A bit of bread does not make you high value. It's a component of it for men. It's a very important component of it for men, but it's not everything. A high value man demonstrates consistency and discipline in everything that he does. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. So if a man is demonstrating consistency and discipline in his finances, in his health, in his fitness, in his goals, in his vision, but not his relationship, he's not a high value man.
And Kevinsamuels, with the fact that who has actually said this exact same thing himself, showed no consistency in his relationships. None. He slept around and he insulted people. That's basically what he did. Exactly, Lily. One PhD woman is more than 100 Manosphere red pill person. Probably, yeah. You probably have to add up all of their IQ to equal what that one PhD woman's IQ is.
He's getting distracted by a random girl that's trying to destroy his relationship and damage him, and he's giving into that temptation. That's a weak mindset, and that's not a high value man.
Did you ever find out how many women he actually?
We got another zombie. Listen to this. Derrick Jaxn, who really, to me, quite honestly, out-red-pilled Kevinsamuels. Not so much in what he said, but what he did. Kevin only had 6 women in rotation. Okay? Derrick had 100. And every man wishes they could be Derrick. I guarantee you. Every red pill man wishes they lived the Derrick life. Living off your wife, basically. Scamming women. Exploiting women. Not respecting the sanctity of marriage. Yep.
And there was nearly 100 women on there.
If he was sleeping with that many women, she knew about it. She still stayed. How can we even possibly feel
Wait
that?
a minute. I thought women were looked down upon if they bail on their husband. Which one is it going to be today? I can't keep up with this. First, you said she should have chose better, even though she got married, right? And then second, you're saying, well, she should have bailed on him.
Bad for her. What clearly happened is that she knew everything he was doing. He just got too wild with it, couldn't control his side chicks, and started publicly embarrassing her. Most of those women were his fans who fell in love with what he's preaching, even though he was cheating on his wife with them. All that sisterhood, black girl magic, you go girl, black girls rock, all that stuff goes out the window when they see a man that they lust after. Believe it or not, there's a lot of women that desire to be a side chick. They get off the fact that a man is already taken. They find a man.
Pick-me's are dangerous. Pick-me's are dangerous. Now, if you remember, I want to bring up the original Mr. F Your Kids. Listen to this crap right here.
Now, people who are evil, I wish you take their page down. Because I heard about some got her page down. I couldn't do nothing but laugh. No, it's evil.
We're talking, okay. This is the funny part. He's trying to diss Cynthia G, right? This nigga can't keep a cuss word out of his mouth.
This is what happened to most of them women.
Let me pause it right there, because that's all I need from him. Let's hear how he's living.
Somebody said, dating a woman that
This is
can't
Corey
control
Holcomb.
her mouth when she's angry is the same as
This is Corey Holcomb.
dating a
Listen
man
close.
that can't control. Dating a woman that can't control her mouth when she's angry is the same as dating a man that can't control his hands while angry. It's just a difference. It's just a different form of abuse.
So what he's
Physical
trying to
abuse,
do,
physical abuse.
let me pause it right there. What he's trying to do is sell you on the fact that being physically abused, a woman being physically abused by a man is equal to a woman verbally abusing, or we should say being interpreted as verbally abusing a man. They're equal. I know one thing about being verbally abused is that I get to go home, walk home. I don't have to go to the hospital. I don't have to go to the morgue. Since he said that, and remember now, and he has the nerve to talk about Cynthia G. But we have dudes out here like that. No, I'm not going to even play that. Nah, I'm not going to go that route. No, not tonight. So I'm going to skip over a couple things and go to this next idea. Here we go.
And they also fuck to show that they got feelings for somebody. These are a confused group of people that we're going to say that they have the power and the intelligence to create a definition of love. No, sir. You limit love down to an emotion and then tell women that they emotional when you the ones who came up with the definition based on emotion, because y'all are emotional creatures based on science. Not my opinion, based on science.
Well, I don't know who created that, but like with a lot of things.
Hey, Father, let me get some shout outs. Soraya's in the house. Miss RV's in the house. Conscious Mind Love is in the house. Eat, Pray, Yoga is in the house. Kate Brown is in the house. And she made it clear she is not related to Chris Brown in any way, shape, or form. Lucky you. Lucky you. Yeah, basically saying women should be silent. Yeah, you're right, Sharaya. Or they're asking for physical violence. Exactly. So a man asking for physical violence and disrespects Cynthia G, that makes perfect sense to me, actually. That's the kind of men she talks against. He's a bandit. Bandits, you know what they do? They're like hit dogs hollering. He exposed himself when he went and talked about Cynthia G, who he knows little or nothing about. We're going to keep it going. We're going to keep this going. So men are incapable of love. Let's break it down here. We're going to get deeper here. Here we go.
And your intent is to trap them, to deceive them and lure them into a place. How do you know if the action that is being performed unto you is an action?
Now she's going to get deep. You might want to get out your notebooks. Fellas, you can get out your chalk. Let me get out your notebooks too. Here we go. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Okay, here we go.
Rooted in love or deception?
Lord. A dad in your life? I'm just curious. Did you have a dad in your life?
Yeah, I did. I said, as a matter of fact, I still talk to my dad.
And your mom?
Yeah.
So you was raised all the way up with your mom?
See what y'all looking for. See what y'all looking for is subjectivity, right? My dad, like I told you, my dad was military. He was in the military for 20 years, Navy, right? And I had a mentor also at 16 years old who was a political activist, right? The majority of people who I've been around have been male, right? What we want to have is a subjective conversation that, oh, you know what? You only think like this because you didn't have a dad in your life. You didn't have no positive male role model.
Right. She picked up on that. They were trying to pick at her.
This ain't got nothing to do with me personally, because the evidence and the research is out there. I listen to males every day. I hear y'all talking. We want respect. Let me tell you, all the male talks about is what he need and what he want. It ain't never about what he gives. Just listen to a male. Just listen to him. Is that love? If I come to you and say, hey, I want you to do this, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Do you feel love if I tell you everything that I want from you? I'm speaking to you specifically.
Specifically, I'm not anybody you're talking
about. No, I was talking about the lady. Yeah, because she's.
I'm so sorry. Can you repeat it?
Yes. If I came to you and just told you everything I wanted from you, right? I want you to keep your mouth shut. I just want you to be in the kitchen. I want respect. I want this. I want this. I want this for you to be. Would you feel love?
No.
Men.
You mean something like this?
The men want women that are fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive. I don't mind being
fit, friendly, and submissive. Now, I'm not sure if he's describing an obedient slave or he just lost in the sauce of them 1920.
Come on, man. Here we go.
And your intent is to trap them.
Okay, let me break this down here.
And your intent is to trap them. See what y'all looking for. See what y'all looking for is subjectivity, right? My dad, like I told you, my dad was military. He was in the military for 20 years, Navy, right? And I had a mentor also at 16 years old who was a political activist, right? The majority of people who I've been around have been male, right? What we want to have is a subjective conversation that, oh, you know what? You only think like this because you didn't have a dad in your life. You didn't have no positive male role models. This ain't got nothing to do with me personally, because the evidence and the research is out there. I listen to males every day. I hear y'all talking. We want respect. Let me tell you, all the male talks about is what he need and what he want. It ain't never about what he gives. Just listen to a male. Just listen to him. Is that love? If I come to you and say, hey, I want you to do this, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Do you feel love if I tell you everything that I want from you? I'm speaking to you specifically.
Specifically, I'm not anybody you're talking about.
No. I was talking about the lady. Yeah, because she.
I'm so sorry. Can you repeat it?
Yes. If I came to you and just told you everything I wanted from you, right? I want you to keep your mouth shut. I just want you to be in the kitchen. I want respect. I want this. I want this. I want this for you to be. Would you feel love?
No.
Men always tell you we don't love like a woman love. Let me tell you something. It ain't but one love. It ain't a million different loves. It's one love, and men ain't capable of it. Get back here.
Yeah, no. So my question was, so you feel like a man cannot be in love with a woman?
No, he can't. No.
So you don't think a man has never loved a woman?
No. No. Well, the thing, let me ask you this. Do you think love is a feeling?
Well, yeah, I want you to explain what your definition of love is.
Because the majority of people think love is a feeling. Love is not a feeling. Love
is action.
No, love is not an action either. Let me ask you this question, right? I'm probably giving away too much game, but no, seriously, right? Let me give you an example. If you go fishing, right? The key to fishing.
Oh, did somebody say fishing? Somebody say fishing? I love fishing.
Is give bait, right?
Yeah.
Give something to get something.
Yep.
Or seem like you're giving something, because you can use fake lures as well.
Giving the fish, that's an action to give, because one of the 5 love languages, receiving gifts. If you give somebody something and your intent is to trap them, to deceive them and lure them into a place, how do you know if the action that is being performed unto you is an action rooted in love or deception? How do you know that?
How you don't know?
Right. So love cannot be an action in and of itself, because actions can be deceptive.
Facts. And the meaning and the intention could change.
Okay.
Right. So love is not an action either. It ain't an emotion.
So what is love?
But see, here's the thing. 99% of the people on planet Earth don't have a clue what love is. Love is not a concept of the heart. Love is a concept of the mind. And it has everything to do with your intentions behind the actions. So the male's intention of the woman ain't never about what's beneficial for her. Everything that he does is for self-gratification. Ain't never got nothing to do with what is mentally, emotionally, or spiritually beneficial or fulfilling for that woman. Everything that a man talk about is, I want to strip everything that you are at your core away and make you somebody that I need.
Listen again. Kevin's going to confirm this right here. Watch.
The men want women that are fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive. I don't mind being.
Does that sound like somebody who cares, who loves somebody?
Fit, friendly, and submissive. Now, I'm not sure if he's describing an obedient slave or he just lost in the sauce of them 1920 gender roles. On my mama, like 95% of the content I came across some dude is him talking to women just like that right there. Very demoralizing, very demeaning, and very devaluing. One time I heard this man tell a black woman that made 6 figures with a kid that she not gonna be able to get no man that made 6 figures because they see her as damaged goods. And from my perspective, Kevinsamuels is just the opposite of the spectrum of Derrick Jaxn. All they doing is monetizing women's vulnerabilities while emotionally exploiting them for their personal gain. What does it mean to be a relationship guru, but you don't have any relationship to kind of quantify your teachings and your lessons yourself? I ain't even saying he always wrong, because even a broken clock get it right twice a day. But I know once he start pontificating about women characteristics, I smell plantation patriarchy. I know it when I see it. Yeah.
All right, everybody. I think I'm going to end on that note. And roast Kevin with his own